Hello and welcome to Bob's Programming Academy. In this video, we present the portfolio website for a freelance developer built using Django 4, React 18, and Material UI 5. Building an impressive portfolio is one of the best things you can do to land your first client as a freelance developer. A modern and elegant portfolio website allows you to showcase your projects and demonstrate your skills, experience, and services to potential clients. You can access this portfolio website in our GitHub repository. You can find the link to the repository in the description section below. This project is completely free. We are not charging anybody. All you need to do is clone our repository and you will have access to the code. In this video, we will first focus on how to install and set up this portfolio website. Then, we will also show you how you can use Django admin as a content management system and add your own content to this portfolio website. Finally, we will also demonstrate how to customize this application so that you can make it your own and apply your own design ideas to the project. We will show you how to change the logo, text, colors, fonts, images, and so on. This is what the portfolio website looks like. At the very top, we have a header with a menu and social media icons. Below the logo and menu, we have a hero section with an image, a short description, and 2 buttons. Next, we have the About section. This section is split into 4 columns. Next, we have the Projects section. Each project includes an image, a project name, a description, tags, and a link to a GitHub repository that we can access by clicking the source code link. Next, we have the Technologies section. The on-scroll animations you can see here were created using the AOS library. This library allows us to apply different types of animations to elements on a page as they scroll into view. Next, we have the Testimonials section. In this section, you can show your potential clients what other people have said about your work. This section is split into 3 columns. Finally, we have the Contact section. A map in this section was created using React Leaflet. Leaflet is an open source JavaScript library, and it's a good alternative to Google Maps since it's completely free. Let's talk briefly about the tech stack we've selected for this project. For the backend part of the application, we've chosen Django. Django is a free and open source Python web framework. We have also used Django REST framework, which is a framework for building REST APIs designed to make the CRUD operations easier to develop in Django. With Django, we also have a built-in admin interface that provides a visual way to make changes to our data, such as adding, updating, and deleting objects. Django admin can even be used as a content management system similar to WordPress. For the front-end part of the app, we've selected React and Material UI. React is a free and open source front-end JavaScript library for building user interfaces based on UI components. Material UI is an open source React UI library that we can use to build beautiful, modern, and elegant user interfaces. This portfolio website is fully responsive and it looks great on devices of all sizes. This is what the project looks like on an iPhone 12 Pro. This is an iPad mini. This is what the project looks like on a Nest Hub Max. To get access to this project, go to the project's GitHub repository. You can find the link in the description section below. Next, press the Download Zip button to download the code. Once you have downloaded and unzipped the project, open it in Visual Studio Code or some other code editor of your choice. Before we start, make sure that you have all the required prerequisites installed on your machine. The prerequisites for this project are Python 3.10.4 or higher, Node.js 18.0.0 or higher, and Visual Studio Code. Alternatively, you can use some other code editor. First, create a virtual environment in the backend folder. You might be wondering, why do we need to create a virtual environment? Installing the latest version of Python and Django is the correct approach for any new Django project. However, if we work on several different projects over time, it is common for these existing projects to use different versions of Python and Django. By default, Python and Django are installed globally on a computer, and it would be very inconvenient to install and reinstall different versions of Python and Django every time we want to switch between different projects. And this is where virtual environments come in handy. Virtual environments allow us to create and manage separate environments for each Python project on the same computer, and it is recommended that we create a dedicated virtual environment for each of our Django projects. There are several ways to create a virtual environment in Python, but the simplest method is to use the venv module already installed as part of the Python 3 standard library. To create a new virtual environment in Visual Studio Code, navigate to the menu on the top, click Terminal, and then select New Terminal. First, run the command cd backend. Next, run the command python-m venv. To use this new Python virtual environment, we have to activate it first. To do that, run the command on Windows venv /scripts/activate. On Mac, source venv/bin/activate. Next, install Python packages listed in the requirements.txt file that are required for the backend part of the app. Pip install -r requirements.txt. Next, run migrations. Migrations are Django's way of propagating changes you make to your models into your database schema. It is a two-step process. In the first step, we create a migration to say, here are some changes that we would like to apply to the database. In other words, we create the instructions for how to go about manipulating the database. In the second step, Django takes those changes and performs the migration, meaning that Django takes the changes and actually applies them to the underlying database. So, with your virtual environment activated, from the terminal, first run the command to create migrations. Python manage.py make migrations. To perform the migration, that is to actually apply the changes to the underlying database, we run the command python manage.py migrate. Django 4 officially supports 5 databases: SQLite, PostgreSQL, MySQL, MariaDB, and Oracle. Django installs and configures SQLite automatically with no input from us, so for simplicity, we will use SQLite in this project. SQLite stores all of its data as a single file, and this file here, db.sqlite3, is the database that contains all tables that will store all the data in our portfolio website. To view the database, we can use a program called dbbrowser for SQLite. You can download it from https://sqlitebrowser.org. We will use Django admin to add data to the database. A web-based administrative backend is a standard feature of modern websites. The administrative interface, or admin for short, allows trusted site administrators to create, edit, and publish content, manage site users, and perform other administrative tasks. Django comes with a built-in admin interface, which is a great tool for managing all aspects of a Django project. We will use it here to add data to the database of our portfolio website. To use the Django admin, we first need to create a superuser who can log in. To create a superuser with your virtual environment activated, from the terminal, run the command python manage.py create superuser. Next, type your username, email, and password. Then retype the password to confirm it. When you type your password, it will not appear visible in the terminal for security reasons. You also need to install all the dependencies required for the front-end part of the application. In Visual Studio Code, navigate to the menu on the top, click Terminal, and then select Split Terminal. In the second terminal window, run the command cd ... This command allows us to go one folder up to our root directory. Next, run the command cd frontend. Finally, run the command npm install. npm is a standard package manager for Node.js. It manages downloads of the dependencies for your project. The npm install command will install all packages required for the front-end part of our portfolio website. Finally, we can run this project and see what it looks like. To run the application, you must have both the backend and the frontend up and running. In one terminal window, from the backend directory, run python manage.py run server. This command will start the Django development server on your local machine. The Django development server is a lightweight built-in server written in Python. It was created so that you can develop applications rapidly without having to deal with configuring a production server until you're ready for deployment. By default, the server runs on port 8000 on the IP address 127.0.0.1. If you were wondering, 127.0.0.1 is the IP address for localhost, which is your local computer. The 8000 at the end tells you that Django is listening at port 8000 on your localhost. In the other terminal window, from the front-end directory, run npm start. This command will start a second development server for the front-end part of the application and load the application in your default web browser. The second server also runs on localhost, but this time on port 3000. Okay, so we can view the application, but there is no data. There is no hero section and there is no footer. The About, Projects, Technologies, Testimonials, and Contact sections are all empty. To add data to this portfolio website, we will use Django admin. To access Django admin, go to http:127.0.0.1 port 8000/admin. Sign in using the admin username and password you created a few minutes ago. First, we will add data to the hero section. Click the hero link and then click Add Hero. Enter a title, subtitle, description, and an image you want to have displayed in the hero section of the page. Click the Save button. We refresh the page and we now have the data in the hero section of the portfolio website. Similarly, we need to add data to the About, Projects, Technologies, Testimonials, Contact, and Footer sections. Next, we will add data to the Footer section. In Django admin, click the Footer link and then click Add Footer. If you are using in your hero section an image from Pixabay, Unsplash, or some other royalty-free Stag Media website, as we do here in this tutorial, I highly recommend that you give credit to the author of the image you've selected. Input fields, image author name, image author link, image website name, and image website link were created for this exact purpose. For the purpose of this demonstration, we've selected an image from Pixabay by Mudassar Iqbal. We copied the link to the image and pasted into the image website link field. We copy the photographer's name and paste it into the image author name field. We copy the link to the photographer's profile on Pixabay and paste it into the image author link field. The image website name is Pixabay. In the copyright input field, enter your name, the name of your business, or some other text you would like to see displayed in the copyright section of the footer. In my case, it's Bob's Programming Academy. The word copyright and the current calendar year will be added automatically. Click the Save button. We refresh the page and we now have the data in the footer section of the portfolio website. Next, we will add data to the About section. Click the About link and then click Add About. In our design, the About section is split into 4 columns. Enter the title, description, and icon of the first of the 4 columns. The title is Design. We also add the description. The front-end part of the application is designed in such a way that we can add here any material icon. To find an icon you want, go to https://fonts.google.com/icons. I am going to search for palette. Copy the icon's name and paste it to the icon input field in the Django admin. Next, click the Save and Add Another button. Enter the title, description, and icon of the second column in the About section. The icon I want for this section is Code. Click the Save and Add Another button. Enter the title, description, and icon of the third column in the About section. The icon I want for this section is Settings. Click the Save and Add Another button. Enter the title, description, and icon of the fourth column in the About section. The icon I want for this section is Build. Click the Save button. We refresh the page, and we now have the data in all 4 columns of the About section. Similarly, we need to add data to the projects, technologies, testimonials, and contact sections. Next, we will add data to the project section. First, we need to add tags. In Django admin, click the tags link and then click Add Tag. I will add tags Python, JavaScript, Django, React, Next.js, Material UI, Machine Learning, and PostgreSQL. Next, click the Projects link and then click Add Project. Enter the name, description, and link to the first project. Next, select an image that shows the project. Finally, add tags that best describe the project. Next, click the Save and Add Another button. Enter the data of the second project. Next, click the Save and Add Another button. Enter the data of the third project. Next, click the Save and Add Another button. Enter the data of the fourth project. Click the Save button. We refresh the page, and we now have the data in the project section of the portfolio website. We can see the image, the name of the project, the description, and tags. We can also go to the project's GitHub repository if we click the source code link. Next, we will add data to the Technologies section. In Django admin, click the Technologies link and then click Add Technology. Each technology we want to display on the portfolio website requires a name and an icon. We have added 12 icons to the project. You can find them in front-end SRC Assets logo. I will add JavaScript, React, Next.js, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, Material UI, Python, Django, PostgreSQL, TensorFlow, and Git. We refresh the page, and we now have the data in the Technologies section of the portfolio website. Next, we will add data to the Testimonials section. Click the Testimonials link and then click Add Testimonial. In our design, the Testimonials section is split into 3 columns. For the first testimonial that will be displayed in the first of the 3 columns, enter the testimonial, author's name, title, and photo. Next, click the Save and Add Another button. For the second testimonial, enter the testimonial, author's name, title, and photo. Next, click the Save and Add Another button. For the third testimonial, enter the testimonial, author's name, title, and photo. Click the Save button. We refresh the page and we now have the data in all 3 columns of the Testimonials section. Next, we will add data to the Contact section. In Django Admin, click the Contact link and then click Add Contact. Here we need to add our physical address, email address, phone number, and both the latitude and longitude of our location that we want to display on a map. To change what is shown on the map, you can Google the latitude and longitude of your own location. We refresh the page and now we have the data in the Contact section of the portfolio website. The map correctly shows Dublin, Ireland. You might be wondering how to change the title and subtitle of each of the sections on the page: About, Projects, Technologies, Testimonials, and Contact. Now we will show you how to do it. To change the title and subtitle of the About section, in Visual Studio Code, go to Front-End SRC Components About.js. Scroll down to line 51. I will change About to About Me. I will also add a new subtitle to the About section. Save the About.js file and go to the browser to see the changes in the app. To change the title and subtitle of the Project section, in Visual Studio Code, go to Front-End SRC Components Projects.js. Scroll down to line 53. I will change Projects to My Work. I will also add a new subtitle to this section. Save the projects.js file and go to the browser to see the changes in the app. To change the title and subtitle of the Technologies section, in Visual Studio Code, go to Front-End SRC Components Technologies.js. Scroll down to line 52. I will change Technologies to My Toolbox. I will also add a new subtitle to this section. Save the technologies.js file and go to the browser to see the changes in the app. To change the title and subtitle of the Testimonials section, in Visual Studio Code, go to Front-End SRC Components Testimonials.js. Scroll down to line 59. I will change Testimonials to Reviews. I will also add a new subtitle to this section. Save the testimonials.js file. Go to the browser to see the changes in the app. To change the title and subtitle of the Get in Touch section, in Visual Studio Code, go to Front-End SRC Components Contact.js. Scroll down to line 61. I will change Get in Touch to Contact. I will also add a new subtitle to this section. Save the contact.js file. We refresh the page and we can see new titles and subtitles of all the sections on the page. You might be wondering how to change the colors in this portfolio website. Now we will show you how to do it. As I've mentioned, for the front-end part of this project, we've selected React and Material UI. Material UI is an open source React UI library that we can use to build beautiful, modern, and elegant user interfaces. One of the most significant aspects of Material UI is theming. Theming helps us to create a global and default style for our applications. In Material UI, the theme specifies elements such as colors, typography, spacing, breakpoints, shadows, and much more. The theme allows us to customize all design aspects of our projects and to apply a consistent tone to our applications. Material UI provides for us default light and dark theme types, so if we don't create our own customized theme, the default values would be applied. This means that every time we use basic Material UI components such as buttons, cards, or typography, whenever we don't override the default theme, the values such as colors and variants are taken from the Material UI's default theme. The categories in the Material UI's default theme are breakpoints, palette, spacing, shape, mixins, shadows, typography, transitions, and Z-index. If we open breakpoints, we can see here that we have a couple of different breakpoints. We have extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large. If we look at the values object, we can see that each one of these keys aligns to a certain number. This number is essentially our screen size and width for when that screen is considered extra small, small, medium, large, or extra large. For example, if our screen is above 1536 in width, this screen will be considered extra large. The next category is palette. The palette defines colors in our application. We can see here, inside palette, we have a number of different colors and one of them is primary. If we open primary, we can see that the primary object has three different variations: main, light, dark, and also contrast text. Therefore, whenever we set the color of a Material UI component, such as a button, for example, to primary, the color will be set to whatever the main variant of the primary color is. We can see that each of these colors has light and dark variations. If we wanted to create light and dark mode for a website, Material UI's default theme already has all the colors for light and dark mode saved in. And it's just a matter of passing in dark mode into our theme. As we can see here, the Material UI's default mode is light, so if we don't specify the mode, it'll be set to light by default. The next thing we want to look at is typography. Material UI's typography is used to standardize text and its related CSS properties. We can see here that, for example, the default font size is 14. The default font family is Roboto, and then it has some other fallback fonts like Helvetia, Arial, and sans serif. In this portfolio website, we can use a custom theme to override some elements of the Material UI's default theme configuration. Let's say that you want to change this violet color right here and make the text, buttons, and icons red instead of violet. First, select your new color. To do that, you can use a color picker, for example. I will select this red color here and copy the RGB values. To change the color in Visual Studio Code, go to Frontend src theme.js. In the palette section, replace the main variant of the primary color with the new one you've selected using the color picker. Save the theme.js file and go to the browser to see the changes in the app. Now the text, buttons, and icons are red instead of violet. Now we will show you how to change the fonts in this portfolio website. First, go to https://fonts.google.com and select a font you want to use in the project. I will choose Railway. Copy the link and in Visual Studio Code, go to Frontend public index.html. Paste the link into the head section. Next, Copy the name of the font you've selected and in Visual Studio Code, go to Frontend src theme typography.js. The font currently used in the application is Montserrat. Replace it with the name of the font you've selected. In my case, it's Railway. Save the typography.js file and go to the browser to see the changes in the app. We can see that the font has been changed. Now we will show you how to change the logo in this portfolio website. Let's say that you want to change the text and icon. To see the file where you have to make changes, in Visual Studio Code, go to Frontend src layout header.js. Scroll down to line 77. I will change the text to Bob's Portfolio. Save the header.js file and go to the browser to see the changes in the app. Next, let's replace the laptop code icon with a different icon. Go to https://fontawesome.com/icons. I will select the laptop file icon. The style of this icon is solid and the name is FA laptop file. In Visual Studio Code, in the header.js file, go to line 19 where we import FontAwesome solid icons and replace FA laptop code with FA laptop file on the list of icons to import. You also have to add it to the library in line 21. Next, scroll down to line 58 and replace FA laptop code with FA laptop file. Save the header.js file and go to the browser to see the changes in the app. Finally, we will show you how to replace the current logo with an image. In Visual Studio Code, go to Frontend src layout header.js. First, we must import an image we want to use as our logo. For the purpose of this demonstration, I will select one of the images that we already have in the project. I will select javascript.svg located in Frontend src assets logo. Type import logo from /assets/logo/javascript.svg . Next, scroll down to line 57. Delete the code between lines 57 and 80. Next, add a self-closing image tag. This image tag requires source, width, and height properties. The source for the image tag will be our JavaScript logo we've imported in line 24. I will set both the width and height to 50. Save the header.js file and go to the browser to see the changes in the app. Indeed, the previous logo has been replaced with a JavaScript image. We hope you've enjoyed this video. You've learned how to set up and customize this portfolio website for a freelance developer. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel so you can be notified whenever we post something new. It really helps with the algorithm to get our videos out there to more and more people so that we can continue making them. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.